Hello. Okay, we're just trying again here. Hopefully some of you can refresh. And I'm on the live second try. Hello, I got somebody. Hello, Mystic Bond. Thank you for sticking around. I see you now and I see the comments. Okay, and I see Courtney. Mystic Bond, hello, hello. Okay, so we're moving. Let me just, a couple people had messaged me. Thank you, thank you. So if you refresh the channel, should be able, okay, Jen, hello, hello. Okay. So what was happening was I could see the video, hear myself talking. I could not see your all's comments. And it was like this flashing was going over the comment screen. But I am so glad that we are back now. So if you guys want to drop a word about how you're feeling besides ready, I'm feeling ready. I don't know about you guys, but if you could just please drop how you're feeling. I know Anne asked a question. Let me see if I can message her real quick so she can pop back in, because I know she had already dropped a question, but I didn't catch what it was. Nostalgic. Ooh, content. Wow. Okay, okay, okay. All right. Refresh YouTube. Okay. Now let me see if I can get a few people back on here. Which is really annoying. I hate that I had to restart it like that, but oh well. Whoever's supposed to stick around will be here. Hello, Shireen. Feeling emotional. Jen's feeling sleepy. Okay, okay. All righty. I'm going to give just a second. What I was going to do here was pull a card for just all of us in general to kind of kick us off here. I'm still trying to get Anne. Here we go. Okay. Refresh YouTube. Okay, because I know she asked a question. So thank you to those of you who are messaging me on socials and stuff. Okay, so this is the Sacred Traveler Oracle. And we'll just get a message for all of us this evening to kind of kick us off here. Ooh, we got the Phoenix. Transformation, a fresh new way of living emerges. Who is ready for that? I personally accept this message. Being a Cancer sun, it's the Pluto in Capricorn that's been taking me for a ride. So Cancers, Capricorns, Libra, and Aries placements have been affected by this Pluto transition. Mystic Bond is a Cancer sun as well. Yay. Cancer rising. Yes. So as Pluto finally, I think in November, shifting into Aquarius, we should get some relief from some of the big stuff that's been going on. So, well, let me just say it's the unexpected challenges, right? It's the things that come up seemingly out of nowhere. And yeah, in a way, it is a test, right? To see how we will work with the energy, how we'll respond. So it's important to be responding and not reacting, right? And the phoenix rises from the ashes. So there's also a very alchemical feel to this card as well. I'm reminded of alchemy and the alchemical process, which really is related to our consciousness, which really is the gold of wisdom and that kind of energy. So, all right. So I think we're in now, and we're going to get going. Go ahead and drop your questions in the chat box if you have a question. Now, if you want to ask about someone, but they are, you don't want to, like, you want to kind of be anonymous, you just drop an initial to represent the person you're asking about. So you might want to ask about somebody, but just drop the initial. If you just want a highest and best general message, you can ask for that too. Just drop it in the comments. You've got little emojis in the bottom right section of the comments. You can click on those, and that helps get the party started. Can I see you? Essence, I cannot see you. I can see your comments. I can see your comments, but I can't see you. Okay, so let me do this. Jen has asked a question. Jen, I have these Crystal Vision Tarot cards tonight, which always remind me of you. They're just so beautiful and lovely. So what do you need to hear the most right now? Okay, what does Jen need to hear the most right now? We'll start there. Go ahead and drop your questions. I'm going to work my way down. What does Jen most need to hear right now? We're going to mix it up a little. I'm going to get one oracle card for the middle of your reading here. All righty. So, Jen, the first card that comes up is the World card. Now, what I love about this particular World card, since we are talking about an ending, we're talking about the final card in the major arcana. In this one, she sits on top of the world, and I really like this feeling of empowerment that I'm getting for you from this card. It's a very connected energy. It's very grounded into the planet. It's very grounded into what I want to say is like your magical gifts unfolding. So the way you work your magic, however you perceive that to be and how you do that in the world, could be your creative magic, could be your manifestation powers, that kind of thing. This is a very empowered world card. Of all the decks that I use, this one is very balanced, very empowered, and I really like it. Now, on the other side here, the High Priestess, two major arcana cards. This is a pretty big, what I want to say is couple of chapters for you. I'm almost getting like for the next 2 to 4 months, okay, there's going to be some big shifts going on for you. These could be around just the wisdom that you've incorporated for yourself. To me, it feels like an inner knowing of really getting to know yourself better on a deeper level than you've ever experienced in this lifetime, and being able to incorporate wisdom that's come from multiple different places. Now, there is this feeling to me too that there's going to be something that you've already come across. It may be knowledge that you already have, but in some way, shape, or form, it'll be illuminated to you to where you're going to have that feeling of like, oh, yes, I knew that all along. I knew that all along. That is what, it's been there, but now I can really see it clearly. So that could mean that it's going to rise up out of the subconscious, unconscious realms for you with this High Priestess here. Now, remember, she stands at the threshold to enter the Garden of Eden where the Empress resides. So that's a very important position, an important job. And I feel like this is you, guarding your own wisdom, your own femininity, your own intuition, and really honoring that. And so the connection is going to grow stronger there. And in the middle of that, you've got support. So you could experience in the next 2 to 4 months some emotional times, and you may benefit from getting a little extra support. Could be energy healing, energy work, someone you can talk to. You could see how maybe this character is shying away a little bit from something. She's kind of, maybe she's looking back at something. Maybe she's a little timid about dealing with whatever it is. So make sure that you are welcoming in some sort of extra support for you during this time, because things could get a little bit emotional. I'm not surprised going from, this World card here and this High Priestess. The Magician would be The Fool and the Magician would be in between these two cards. So that's why I say to 2 to 4 months, significant. So that's what you need to know right now. Make sure you get that support. All right. I hope that resonated for you, Jen. It may or may not yet, because I feel like we're kind of looking ahead a little bit for you for some reason. That's just what comes up as I was going over your question. Okay, hello, Anne. Anne's back. Good. We'll get to your question, Anne. I'm sorry that it got cut off in the first one because I had to refresh. Shireen, you have a question. Will my son and I be able to adjust happily after we move out? Okay, so a big move in front of you. Shireen, will her son and her be able to adjust happily after moving out? Okay. Okay, so we got some real interesting energy. The first card that comes out from this deck, this is called the 5-Cent Tarot. This is the unknown card. And you can see here we have this like black swirled egg here, and it says divine faith, openness, curiosity. And what I get from this card is that there is an importance to your courage in this situation. So to your courage of moving out and really taking that big step and placing your faith in your connection to the universe, your connection to what you uphold as your connection with the universe, with creator source. So there's a bigger plan involved here, one to which even I cannot, tap in, because within this egg is something that you're meant to understand, to incorporate into the lessons of this lifetime when it comes upon you. But I do get courage to voyage into the unknown, kind of like Star Trek, where they, bravely, boldly go where no person has gone before. Now you have this 4 of Wands come up as the 4 of Matches here. It's a celebration. It's a feeling of stability. I get a really good sign from this. In the alternate position, it does say leaving home. So you may be leaving one home, but reforming, rebuilding, reestablishing another home. And to me, it feels quite secure, quite happy. There's also this energy with the 7 of Wands here of security and protection and perseverance through this change. So there's going to be some adjustments, certainly. There's going to be some movement and some change, and there may be this period, and I kind of get, like 1 to 3 months where there are some things that maybe you have to move around or just you have to shift certain things. But overall, this is fire energy in both of these Wands cards. This is the transformation that I pulled at the beginning for all of us. This is your part of it here, and it's looking good. The four of Wands is a really positive card for stability, feeling good about the home environment and creating harmony in a space. And yet you have this unknown card, which is, it's really kind of fun because this is the trusting, this is the trust fall experience with the universe, Shireen. So onward. Okay, I love it. Looking good there. All right, hello, lucky girl, welcome. And we've got, let's see. Okay, so Mystic Bond says new love interest, pure curiosity, his thoughts about me. And you got PW there. New love interest, pure curiosity, his thoughts about you. Ooh, we're peeping into his energy. We'll see how he likes that. He'll let us know. All right, new love interest for Mystic Bond. Mystic Bond's new love interest. Okay, so you asked for his thoughts about you, and here we go. in you, you get the Seven of Pentacles. He sees something that can grow, something that can grow with him, that he can grow with, that is very nurturing, something that feels like it has a good foundation or a good soil from which to be birthed, from which to then be birthed and then nourished and then grow from like a seed to a sapling to a tree, right? So there's that feeling he has of like, okay, this is someone I could go the distance with. This is someone where we could nurture our connection and grow together. He gives me the Eight of Swords here. Now, the Eight of Swords is usually a card where the person that the card is about, and if it's you and you asked about his thoughts about you, he may feel like you could be more confident than you are. Maybe he's getting the impression that you don't think as highly of yourself as he thinks of you. So there may be something there. Like he may see, like, she doesn't see how wonderful she is. This could also represent him being like, oh my goodness, like, how is Mystic Bond seeing me in all this? Does she feel this Seven of Pentacles that I feel? Is she there? So there may be a little bit of confusion on his part, but looky here, we have a King of Cups here. And this is pure love and an offer of love. So the chances are that there will be some offer of love coming. And to me, this is a confidence in the emotional stability and the emotional intelligence of the connection. So that is being represented here. The King of Cups has a mastery of his own emotions. So this may be someone who feels like, wow, I could be emotional with you. And therefore, I feel confident and comfortable about stepping forward and making this offer. So if there was any confusion there, I don't think it's going to stop the movement. There seems to be love here. There seems to be emotional feelings and love brewing here. So you'll have to keep us posted on that. Mystic Bond, yes. Oh, new love interest. Those are fun, huh? All right, lovely, lovely. And feel free to you can comment below. I might get to it in a minute, but if you want to tell me, did it resonate, or are you uncertain, or is there something, you want me to clarify, just let me know. Essence. Okay. Miss Essence, any messages from my spirit team to help me through this transition time? Ooh, I like this. Messages? Good question. Any messages from my spirit team to help me through this transitional time? Yes, yes, yes. I already feel like a yes, yes, yes. We are here ready to give you. Whoa, yep, there's a card. Card just came flying out here. Okay, and we're going to get a card too in the middle from the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. So let's see what's happening there. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. So, Essence, your spirit team, first of all, is giving us the Nine of Buttons. This is like the Nine of Pentacles. So, this would be the energy of really being almost there, of getting to a certain point in your journey that feels comfortable, feels complete. And it says self-fulfillment up here. It also says luxury, so enjoying a little bit of luxury, and a culmination. So things are adding up for you. I'm also, what's standing out to me here is this ladybug, and that may be a totem for you. I know there's other things going on in the card, but for some reason, the ladybug strikes me as like a lucky totem. So if you see the ladybug, make sure to acknowledge that as a message from spirit. So we're building, we're really close to feeling like we've completed something. So Maybe you're getting ready to launch something. Maybe you're getting ready to take some action, get a new job, do something in the physical world. That's what the pentacles are about. And then on the other side of things, the universe gives the sun, and your spirit team gives the sun. This is happiness, joy, the happiest card in the deck. We've got the sunflowers here. We've got a brightness opening up. We've got like a gecko or a lizard on here, very adaptable, optimism, authenticity. And I really think this card, what I'm really getting is that this is about just being yourself, being your happy, joyful, radiant self as you are, authentic, truthful, and it is being able to be authentic even when you're not feeling happy, right? But you're able to talk through it, you're able to process and help other people through that kind of a time as well. And right in the middle, we have the oyster. So we know what's inside the oysters, right? Pearls. So some beautiful pearl is forming here inside you, and they want you to know. Look how it's almost like there's beams of light here coming out of the oyster, like it cannot wait to open up and reveal this beautiful pearl. And that's what I'm feeling in your energies. And this is what they want you to know and how they can help you. I think it's really about believing in yourself and being yourself. Really, it's that simple. That's all you have to do during this transition is be yourself. You're like you're there. Keep going, keep moving, keep on it. Okay. All righty. Essence. Awesome. Hello, Anne. Okay, good. Anne, we're back because I was so sad. I was like, Anne just put through a question. I hope she can come back on. Okay. So your question, you just moved. You've been to where you just moved for 2 weeks. Wow, there's a lot of you moving. Wow. There's been more downs than ups. What message do you, the universe, and the cards have for me? Thank you. Okay. Okay. So, and Anne, I just read down, you said, gosh, mine's about my son and I adjusting happily since we're moved in together. I place my faith in him. I'm depressed with his behavior. It's not the ideal, I imagine. Okay. Let me look into this a couple ways for you, Anne. Okay. I want to look at your energy. I want to look at his, and I want to look at kind of what they look like in the middle. So we're going to look at it from that perspective. So first we'll go with your energy in this. Yep. Okay. I see your disappointment. I see it. It almost, yeah, kind of feels like a betrayal, bit of a betrayal. What card do I want next here? We're going to go with the illuminated earth in the middle here. So you guys, yes, the two of you are definitely on different pages. You said there's been more downs than ups here. So, okay. So now that you've actually moved, I think you were really counting on him to come through for you. And you feel a bit betrayed, obviously. You have mentioned that here. You've placed my faith in him. You're depressed with his behavior. The energy that I get from him is he thinks he knows. He thinks he knows things that he doesn't know. Does that make sense? So he gets the King of Swords. He thinks he knows how to handle himself, or he knows what his issues are and he's handling them fine, but it's not going okay with you. I do see also an erosion of the boundaries here, an erosion of the relationship with this erosion card here. Now, through erosion over time, beautiful things can be formed, but when it comes to human relationships, this is an opportunity for you to begin to discuss some boundaries with him and some, that the expectations of the original agreement of the two of you moving in together is upheld. Because it's certainly not for you to be made uncomfortable where you live, or you to feel like the weight or the burden is all on your shoulders. And right now you're feeling quite vulnerable with him, and like he's just kind of walking away and just abandoning you and leaving you bleeding and like hurt. And it's hard as a mother. But he thinks, see, with this King of Swords here and with these other energies I see, though, he thinks he knows. He thinks he knows, and he's not able to see clearly what he's doing. So, I would, if I got this layout and I was dealing with someone I was living with, I would be starting to look at how are they behaving? Are they drinking? Are they doing drugs? Are they holding a job? Are they doing their share? Are they picking up after themselves? And if they're not doing those things, it's time to address what's not working. Because in order for us to uphold living with someone else, there needs to be respectful boundaries and the expectations of both people. And maybe not even, maybe expectation isn't the right word, but the agreement. I'm almost going to, somebody will have the name here, but the 4 agreements. You know what I'm saying? You guys read the 4 agreements. It's really good. And there's all kinds of good wisdom in the 4 agreements. That is kind of what I'm getting might help you in this scenario, Anne. And I can't remember the guy's name that wrote the 4 agreements. Ruiz, I think. But I can't remember his full name. But really good ways of like that we're always impeccable with our word, that we, never use our words to harm others. Perhaps your son is kind of like that. He may not know, like, and this doesn't excuse it, but he may not know how he's coming off, because I get the sense he thinks he knows and he thinks everything's like fine and he thinks he's fine, but he's not. That's kind of what it feels like to me. So there may have to be some come to Anne and we're going to talk kind of, communication in the near future there. So I'm sorry that there's been more downs. That really, it does, it's hard, because I know this has been a huge transition for you. But part of this is that you stand your ground and have the boundaries that will protect you and uphold your best interest. Okay, so let's see. Jen says, thank you. I love the lotus on the world card. You just ordered some blue lotus to start working with, and it feels connected to the cards. Ooh, cool. I love the lotus. Yes. Lucky girl, hi. Okay, you said, since I was 15 years old, I've always felt a deep spiritual connection with Robert, who is 29 years older. I'm 36 now. Years ago, we actually had a platonic connection. Who have I been to him back then? Okay. So you had a platonic connection. You've always felt a spiritual connection with him. So we're probably looking, lucky girl, at some sort of past life. Ooh, what do we want? What do we want? What cards for this? This is a good one. I haven't had one like this before. Very interesting. Okay, so lucky girl and Robert. What is the connection here? What is the connection here? Whoa. Oh my gosh, the cards just went flying. So sorry. 1 second. I pulled one card from the Oracle deck and I started seeing all these places. I feel like you and Robert have definitely been connected in a past life. A warm climate for sure, probably south of the equator. Yeah, so the two of you got the lizard, and this is what drew me into like a warmer climate. You may have been, the two of you may have been on your own together, a bit nomadic perhaps at the time with this 2 of buttons, which is the 2 of pentacles. It says balancing act, and it also says priorities and flexibility. And I think you had to be flexible in where you stayed, how long you stayed. You could have been part of a migrating community, perhaps. But I do see like south of the equator, could be South America, Australia, dry, where you would find our lizard friends here. And a bit of there's definitely this energy of being deeply connected with nature, the two of you. You have that in common, a deep connection with nature and blending in with your environments, being able to blend and be resourceful in different environments. So you probably definitely have recognized each other from a past life where you traveled together. Um, I do get a bond. I don't necessarily get a romantic kind of bond in this lifetime. You could have been family members, though. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is something Essence, I think, got in her reading, self fulfillment and culmination and luxury. And in the flip side of that, overextended dependency or like living outside of the means. So this tells me that possibly the lifetime that you had with Robert was a time of transition for the community of some kind. Maybe there was a great move or a great migration where you had to travel great distances and it took time and it took resources and it took energy. And the what's actually standing out to me in the card for you is the falcon here. This is a falcon. I think that the tribe or community that you were a part of was quite shamanic. In other words, earth connecting the physical and the spiritual world. So that is very interesting. I'm wondering if you 15 you felt that connection. Have you seen him again since you were younger? Very interesting past life connection there. Definitely a knowing, definitely something going on there with shamanism and connection to nature as well. Lucky girl. All right. Okay, so Anne says, gosh, mine's about my son and I adjusting happily since we moved in together. Very interesting. Several of you are moving with children, moving in with children, moving with children. Gosh, okay. Yep. We're hoping that works out for you. And I know, like, when we come on these lives, there's support here. This is meant to be a supportive community. So, as I'm wishing you the best, I know there's other people on here too that, we can relate to one another and we can support and say, have faith in yourself, stay strong. You're going to do this. You're welcome, Shireen, Mystic Bond. Oh, thank you. Hello, Sun and Moon. Hello. Oh, I love all the cosmic people joining today. I got mystics among us here. I love it. Hey, Karen. Okay, so you're wondering what is up with you this month. You're super lucky right now. Money keeps coming to me. Okay, I'm channeling Karen. I'm channeling everybody. Channel the Karen energy here because this is good. So you're very lucky, and I take it's not always, happening for you, but you're really feeling like it is happening right now. Money's coming to me. Super lucky. Okay. Karen. Oh, you said the deck looks like Utah. Don Miguel Ruiz. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Karen, you're Scorpio. Yep. So this is your season. I wonder if something's going on with your season here. Gosh, you all keep getting these Nine of Pentacles. You got a Nine of Pentacles, a little bit different one. Since she likes this deck, I'm just going to use one of each card here and see what we get for you here. I'm going to mix it up. All right. All right, for Karen, please. She's lucky girl. What's going on? Whew, okay, so Karen, you got the Nine of Pentacles. This is for you since you are seeing the results of your manifestations. And look, we have Tiger. We have the Tiger energy here. Pop, 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 pop. There. This mirror effect I'm still getting used to. So you've got Tiger as a totem here. We've got a fountain here. We've got the pentacles growing up the tree. This is you. You've attracted these things to you. Possibly what I'm getting is like, we're looking at 2024. You went through the first like 9 months, right? Nine of Pentacles. And I'm getting that you didn't even necessarily maybe focus like super specifically, but you kind of have this outlook on like, I just, I want to attract in things that make me happy. I want the security. I want the creativity in my life. And you just kind of flooded the universe with these energies, and now it's coming back to you. It's coming back your way. So you've actually created this from what I can see. You got support. In this case, I feel like you've allowed yourself to be supported. And this is something that is a little bit, on the one hand, you're like, wow, okay, I'm grasping this, I'm embracing this. On the other hand, it's like, wow, I'm a little shocked this is happening, and that can be the case sometimes when all of a sudden, like, we hit those streaks and we hit those up vibes for us, where the vibes are really going. But it's through allowing yourself to be supported. Maybe it's through someone else, someone else's income or someone else's generosity or something like that. So your ability to receive the support is assisting with that. So maybe you have a little gratitude practice that's going along with anytime you receive, and it's just bringing even more and more of that like to you. I feel like the universe is saying the ball is rolling. The ball is rolling. And then you got this beautiful Three of Cups, which is about friendship and community and being involved. And so this, I feel, has more to do with you being out there and talking to other people about the things you love, whether it's virtually online or maybe even in person where you live, of really getting out there and getting with the like-minded, like-hearted people and building those bonds. And that attracts even more in, as we know. I met a lot of you through the desire to have like-minded, like-hearted, spiritual people in my life, and a lot of you have shown up because of that. We put out that vibe and more like us show up, and I think, Karen, you're really hitting on these cylinders right now in your energies. So good work. Awesome. Well deserved. I always love to hear when things are coming through for people. And it's very important to celebrate when we are winning, when we are getting those things, because I know how much hard work you all put into your life. I know how much work I put into my life and how much of the spiritual journey we're all on, and we've embraced it. And it's just nice when things come through for us. So that's great. Okay, Anne says, well put. I want to know what my spirit team has to say. Okay, let me come back, Anne. I want to get everybody their one question, and then I'll come back. Sun and Moon ask, is Wesley kind of in the middle between his girlfriend and the virtual woman? Maybe he's attracted. Okay, Wesley, we're on to you, Wesley. What's going on here, Wesley? Kind of in the middle between his girlfriend and a virtual woman. Maybe he's attracted to somebody else. Okay, Sun and Moon. So I need to find out what's going on in the middle here between these two. Is one of the, they might, I don't know. Somebody here's a fire sign, Sun and Moon. A Leo, perhaps. I got the Strength card on one side here. So I'm wondering if Wesley or one of these people you're asking about. Oh, so on one side of things, and we'll say this is the girlfriend, okay? I don't know if one of them's a Leo or if there's Leo energy. There could be a lot of drama going on between Wesley and the girlfriend right now, because that's Leo's like, they're good with drama, okay? They're just good. They don't mind it. They embrace it and they amplify it, right? So there could be some dramatic things going on, something in which he feels like he has to remain strong, either for the relationship or for the girlfriend, or there's some sort of strength needed. And look how this seal is balancing the ball. It's kind of like a balancing act. It could represent him trying to balance two different Now, on the virtual woman's side, he got the Six of Wands or the Six of Matches, and we have like a flamingo or an ostrich or an emu, one of these kinds of. And this is where I would say I don't know that he's really into the virtual woman, but some need of his is being fulfilled by that experience. Something makes him feel seen, which is, it's virtual, but some way, shape, or form, some need of his is being acknowledged and seen through that communication. I don't know that I'm seeing full on attraction necessarily. I do see wisdom in the middle here. And maybe this is about his wisdom to know the difference and his wisdom around what he's doing. Right. And in this card, it's very much, it's a very abstract card here. But I kind of feel like we have a couple things going on. It feels like an opening up, like we could be looking at like the oyster opening up and some sort of pearl of wisdom being revealed. It also has the look of like a lily pad to me. So kind of a stillness. If it were like Wesley coming to me, I'd be like, dude, we need to like pause here and you need to be still with yourself before you go into this juggling act, and you need to identify, and this would be, if I were talking to him, you need to identify what it is you desire and what you need. And then you need to make sure your communication is clear with who you're with. So it does look like something has caught his eye about the virtual woman. I don't know that I get a serious attraction feel, though. I don't really get that. So I hope that's helpful for you and Wesley in the situation there. Okay. Okay. Essence heard it. Thank you. Woohoo. All right, Essence, thank you. Hi, Tina. All right, let's get to Tina here. Yes. And if anybody else who hasn't asked a question wants to ask a question, go ahead and do that. And then if there's something really, really pressing and you want to ask a second question, since the stream was late, I'm going to go about 10 minutes past 8 my time. So I'll go 20 minutes if anybody else has another question they want to drop, or if you just joined and would like to drop a question. Tina asked, hi, Stephanie, my 83-year-old mom is being very difficult with me and my sisters to relocate her closer to us. We are 4 hours away. We lost my dad 2 years ago, and his last wish was to get her out of there. Whew. It's so tough, isn't it? Dealing with loss. First of all, I'm really sorry to hear that you lost dad. That's still fresh. I lost my dad in 2020, and there are times I struggle still, and grief just has a way of doing what it does, and there's really no time frame. But he obviously had some concerns about her and getting her closer to you all. Didn't want her to be alone. I get a really beautiful, like, caring energy from him. Okay, so let's see what is going to help in this situation, because mom is holding on, isn't she? She's holding on. Maybe it's to her independence or the feeling of independence. And you're saying relocate closer to you so that family can be around. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, so a couple different things came out for you, Tina. One is on one side of mom's energy, we have the Fool. And this is the scary part for her. This is the trust fall. This is where she goes into new territory, right? She comes out of her comfort zone, which is hard for her, and into territory. And also there could be, the more I'm talking into the energies, the more I'm feeling like memories with dad of she feels like if she moves away from that, then she'll lose those memories. So there's definitely this fear of taking that next step, of making the move, of trusting that everything's going to be okay if for the rest of my golden years I move closer to my family, and that I still get to embrace and take with me all of the things about dad. If you have not had a chance to try to really have a conversation with her about it, like just asking her questions, I feel would be good. Maybe like open ended questions might be very helpful to ask her to try to get into why is it, why is she resisting it so much? Because I think it's maybe deeper than the attitude or the friction that she has on the surface. And then on the other side of her energies, we got the moon card. So this is what kind of has me thinking, okay, there's some deeper reasons here. She's afraid to let go of something, and it could be connected to him and to memories, could be to her independence as well, or like feeling that. Although I really don't get, if she moved closer she would be quote unquote less independent. I think it can still be arranged. It feels to me like nobody's saying she can't do certain things or have certain independences. That could be like, correct me if I'm wrong, if she like has a disability or something that will require like a nurse's, skilled nursing or something, but I feel like she could still have the opportunities. Maybe she just doesn't, she can't see them past the grief. The grief is still kind of clouding that for her. I think this is going to be a little bit of a slow thing to come around. It may take you and your sisters really using a lot of patience and just gently nudging and not approaching her too much too fast. Little, conversations here or there, asking her questions, giving her the chance to answer. You may have to get creative with the questions, and you may have to be prepared if she stalls or like tries to block the answer or doesn't really give you an answer, right? So you might have to have a different question kind of ready. So maybe just sit down and journal out some questions. I do think with this sea serpent card here, things are going to come full circle, and she is going to eventually see that it is best for her to be close to her family. And I'm wondering, is there a grandchild she's close to in the picture? Seems to me like that might be a good leveraging. Maybe one of the grandkids has a similar personality to your dad. So that might be a little portal in for her, a little window there that you could try. But yeah, she's going to be a little slower to make this change, and there's fear. There's fear of taking that leap. But there's deeper reasons, emotional reasons under the surface that maybe she's not even, she may not even be fully aware of. Good luck. I know that can be a very stressful time. Okay. All right, she can't maintain the home or acreage. Yes, that's the independence part of it. She may not want to lose that, but what if she had a home that was manageable for her and she could still do certain things? Yeah, taking care of a huge property, even with a partner, that's a lot. Yeah. All right. Okay. Christy dropped a message but took it back. You're welcome to drop it again, Christy. Okay, lucky girl. Hi. Thank you from Anne. We had a connection in 2008. Lucky girl says we had a connection in 2008. You traveled together. Really? Very interesting. Okay. All right. Cool. Hello, ice cream. I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. I love it. Yes, Scorpio. Yes. Hello. Happy birthday to all the Scorpios. I just missed a whole rash of birthdays. I am so sorry if I did not catch your birthday. I was like, I'm not very good at keeping up on Facebook, and then I'll go on and people are like, "Thank you for the birthday." And I'm the one going, "Oh, happy birthday." So I'm sorry if I missed it. Karen said she'd been getting little amounts of money, super grateful. Nine of Pentacles. What is Tiger? So Tiger is known for its strength as a large cat. And so what I get from Tiger is strength and I get power. And then, of course, there's stripes, very unique. So something unique about you is attracting in that and emanating with that strength and power. And that's drawing that in like a big magnet. So look more into that tiger energy. Yes, you had to allow because, oh, yes, you had a wrist injury. Okay, Ice Cream says, Amadeo's current thoughts and feelings. I initiated no contact in June. Thank you. Okay, so Ice Cream, you've had no contact with Amadeo since June, and you want to peer in. Okay, sometimes we do a little look-see on someone else's energy, but I'm trusting everybody to take the high road on these things. I know that when I went through that in the past, I was looking at readings like, I got to know what's going on when I had a situation where I was not in contact. Because it's, your emotions are connected to it. Okay, so we're asking about Amadeo's thoughts and feelings. Whoo. Is Amadeo a Scorpio, or does he like to keep things, she like to keep things hidden? All right. Okay. So I do get a bit of an elusive energy from Amadeo. First of all, there's this energy of almost feeling like, on one hand, I know what I want to pick in love when it comes to love. But on the other hand, I feel like I can't, because my experience with love, and this is Amadeo talking, my experience with love is that I can't have my freedom and I can't have love. And there's this feeling that I get with Amadeo that's like, um maybe comes off as wants to have the cake and eat it too, or has maybe some or had unrealistic expectations, and so therefore when it came to committing in love, it never seemed to quite land in a grounded, settled way. And Amadeo could be a dreamer type because we got the air element here. Could be Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energies in Amadeo's chart. That's where I get the kind of elusive feeling, like almost a feeling you never know if they were coming or going. Were they coming, going? What's going, like what? Where's the groundedness? That's what I would ask. And then we got the unknown card here. And that's why I asked about maybe we had some Scorpio energy, because Scorpios are big on mystery. Could just be this is the season right now that we're in, and this is important maybe for you, Ice Cream. This could be a message for you that, like, okay, like right now, you may not have all the answers. You may be curious about it, but some of the mystery is still important to hold. And I really like that there's this raven. The raven in this card is holding a little scepter or a wand here. I think something is going to come to you soon, probably by the end of November, that has to do with this. And I'm wondering if there won't be some sort of feeling of closure for you. I think maybe that's a bit what you're seeking, is a bit of closure. Now, closure is a tricky thing because there's closure where, hey, this lifetime, we're done, the karma was worked out, or, our dharmas don't line up, or whatever it could be. But it could also be closure of a cycle between the two of you. Amadeo's energy is so, it like flitter flies around like a chaotic butterfly. That's kind of what I get, kind of like this. And there's just this, I don't want to be pinned down energy. I don't want to, and maybe someone who projects, even when that's not the situation with their partner, they project it. That happens sometimes. And you're always like, wait a minute, I wasn't behaving in a way that would elicit that response, right? So I feel you're probably going to get some more insight on this. I don't know if a mutual someone who knows you or if Amadeo is going to reach out possibly, but I feel like some information is coming to you by the end of the month. So keep us posted on that. Okay. Gratitude, Karen. Yes. Love the birds. Oh, okay. So, okay, Sun and Moon said the Leo. So the Leo energy is what we picked up on. Okay, that's what I picked up on. The girlfriend is literally a kid. Literally? Like, wait, are we talking about young people? I'm a little bit worried there. Okay, like, or acts like a kid, right? Acts like I'm thinking, I hope we're talking about adults here because I don't read for like under 18, okay? Unless they're your child, like, and you're the steward and the responsible guardian and adult, okay? Like, but yeah, I think you mean literally a kid. So maybe acting like a kid. I don't know. So hopefully Wesley will get the wisdom, right? Okay, Anne, that was for the primary question. Don't worry, I already answered my question. Okay. Thanks, Anne. Okay, so Courtney, you're up. What do I need to hear the most from my spirit team? Oh, I love this. We're connecting with spirit again. Or just the greatest good for my mental and emotional well being. Okay. Courtney, what do you need to hear the most from your spirit team or the greatest good for your mental and emotional well being? Mm. Okay. And I'm going to get an animal here. Oh, so interesting. Y'all come on and resonate. The energies resonate between your readings. You get some of the same cards. It's cool. Okay, but Courtney, okay, so your spirit team wants you to know the devil is here. There is nothing you could have done differently to control or affect a different outcome in a situation that is important to you, close to your heart. It was always about you detaching with love. And again, please, I kind of get this, and I'm almost getting like, I don't know, I get this like ancient monk, kind of a monk energy coming through. And this monk is particularly saying, please don't venture in to the thoughts that take you down a rabbit hole or in a loop that you could have, that they're going over things like, if only I had done this, or if I did this different, or maybe if we'd done that, kind of the woulda, coulda, shoulda kind of stuff. Your spirit team is saying, no, pull, when you find yourself in that, do something that really brings you into your body, and like the qigong or tai chi kind of movements, even just a simple, there's some beautiful like 10-minute videos you could just do on, and just listen and just do the gentle movements, come back into your body. And something beautiful is opening up for you. So you got the 10 of Pentacles. In this deck, it's the 10 of Buttons. And legacy, wealth, it says here, inheritance, financial success. This is about feeling complete in your finances. So something to do with building and feeling like, not only building, but feeling like now things are coming through. Like I feel good about where I'm at, and financially, in the material world and my physical world, I feel good about the things going on around me. And I feel that I can embrace that. And we do have what looks to be, there's a lot going on in this card, but we have this tree, and on this tree is these beautiful little, I don't know if anybody knows what kind of bird this is. It's almost like a rainbow looking bird. It kind of has green, yellow, and then a little bit of red. I can't even say that I've seen that kind of bird. We've got fish in here. This is about doing what you love and making a living doing it, which I know you do because I know you. And you got right in the middle. This is a full circle year for you. Things are coming into a full circle moment with this sea serpent. Now, and this is also like the Ouroboros, the where the serpent devours its own tail, you know, and it can be, when we're looking at this from a shadow aspect, it can be a bit of a trap of a cycle. What I like to imagine is this serpent or this snake actually, instead of chasing its own tail, it begins to look above the tail, and then so it goes in a spiral upward, and we have the inner eye showing in the middle, right? Just like, and I think, you know, we got this for Tina's mom too, right? Things coming full circle where instead of the snake devouring its own tail, it begins to look above and climb the spiral. And I think that's where you're at now, you know, and to keep clear of those thoughts that were mentioned from your spirit team. Stay in your body, stay in your purpose, stay in your mission, and your inner knowing is going to light the way. But maybe spiral kind of energy would be good for you. You guys know, any of you that do yoga, they have that move called knocking on heaven's door, and you literally like swing your arms around and kind of smack your own behind, like we it's called knocking on heaven's door. Courtney, that might be a good one for you to kind of expend any of that, you know, if those thoughts start going and like the devil energy and stuff. Knocking on heaven's door, in other words, your booty. All right. Okay. Okay, Courtney. You're welcome, Sun and Moon. And we're relating. Karen's relating to Tina. Yes, any of us that have had older aging parents, parents who need extra care. Oh, yes. Yes, that moon card is beautiful because you know what? Sometimes when we're not super clear on something, there's beauty. There's beauty in the darkness, and it's just, it has to be illuminated, right? And that's what's beautiful. Okay, Princess of Autumn. Hello, Princess of Autumn. Is Paul attracted to me? Is Paul attracted to Princess of Autumn? Whew. We're going to find out. Well, so far so good. Let's see. One more here. Yes, Paul is attracted to you. You have the Ace of Cups. This is a brand new beginning in love. It can also represent an offer of love coming toward you, Princess. And I love autumn. It's my favorite season. So I acknowledge you for having a beautiful YouTube handle. Yeah, there's beauty here. There's love. Now, what Paul's got going on, though, did he recently go through a breakup, a divorce, a separation of some kind, or something significant, ending in love from his past? Because I see him having his back turned, not to you, but to someone from maybe the past, like giving up on a certain trail. Or this could be he's narrowing down his options because we have the Eight of Cups, but then comes the Seven of Cups. Usually, you know, you'd go in the other order. So I'm wondering if he had an ending in love with someone else and now is his options are back open. But yes, there's attraction to you. There's a whole lot of love and emotional energy here. And definitely a possibility for a new beginning. Maybe Paul might need a little time because there's this kind of transition. Again, we're in the minor arcana here though. So we're not talking like years or anything, but he might need months to, you know, like weeks to months. That's kind of what I get, a few months to kind of reset himself, getting comfortable in the energies of love again, or being able to open his heart to love again. All right. Yeah, guys, sometimes it's rough for them, It's rough to open the heart, even for women sometimes too. It's not just guys. Okay. Oh, wow, Tina. Yeah, Tina says so for her mom that they want to relocate. She doesn't even drive and you have to go get her just to take her to the store. Yeah, there's so many practical reasons, right? But she's just scared to take that leap, even though like it would be so much better for her. And I just feel like she could build a whole new community closer to you all. Hello, July Cancer. How are you? And you say, "What were Smith's feelings for me?" Ooh, Smith. This reminds me of like Smith from like Sex in the City. That's who popped into my mind there. Sorry if you haven't watched that show, that's just kind of what comes in. But Smith, very common name. So, what were Smith's feelings for July Cancer? And yay, I'm a July Cancer too. What were Smith's feelings? Oh boy. Smith. Hmm. Well, I can tell you the feelings they were very deep, deep feelings for you. We're starting off here with the star. That's like a wish come true. And it says hope, faith, and renewal. Feel like you really lit Smith up in some sort of way, or the idea of you lit Smith up. There's this really wacky picture on here where it's like a starfish, but then it has legs and it's like moving. And then we have like a pelican here. And we have what looks like a directional wheel going on in the background with the star. And it's almost like Smith feels like, how did this person even cross my path? How did July Cancer even like come into my life? They're so loving. So we've got water here. The emotions are there on the surface. The intuition is lit up for Smith, for you. There's these powerful energies, which I'm wondering if it was too much for Smith. Like, especially if you're the water sign and Smith is not, and and it could go in your charts too. It doesn't have to be just your sun sign. For some reason, maybe that was a little uncomfortable because then we get the 5 of Needles in reverse, which is the 5 of Swords, and it says remorse, compromise, and reconciliation. I would say Smith still has feelings for you, but will Smith surrender into those feelings, or was there possibly like an inability to compromise on something? Or maybe he just felt, I'm saying he, but it could be she, felt emotionally compromised somehow. Not that you made them feel that way, but just your energy and your presence. Because when people come into a water sign's life who's really a water sign who's really in depth and in touch, really working with their emotions, and a person who has not done that. They could be a water sign that has not done that, or they could be another sign that just is not used to that. They didn't grow up with those energies in their household, that kind of thing. It can be really overwhelming, and that's kind of how I feel. I feel like Smith was a little overwhelmed, a little like like mesmerized and beautifully attracted, but overwhelmed. Like, oh my God, like almost like maybe I don't deserve this, possibly. I'm scared, so I'm going to freak out and move away from July, or not be a part of this, or I'm not sure what you were told, or if you've been told anything, but it just seems like a bit of a freak out, like, whoa. And sometimes we have to, when it comes to matters of love, we have to let people open up in their own time and in their own way. They have to be confident enough within themselves, especially to support a water sign, right? Hi, Teresa. Hello. And Shireen, you're my bird expert. You said in the one photo it looked like a painted bunting bird. Yes, it was like green, yellow with a little bit of red on the head. Very pretty. All right, Tressa says, should I start a membership channel for my business or take time off to slow down for the holidays? And I know I'm going longer, but I want to get all your questions answered tonight. So if you've bared with us, thank you so much. Okay. Should I start a membership channel for my business or take time off to slow down for the holidays? Okay, let's take a look at what it would look like to take time off and slow down for the holidays. And let's look at what it would take to start this membership channel for your business. Okay, so slow down and take time off for the holidays. We have the Five of Pentacles. I actually get for you, Tressa, that taking time off with the holidays, look, we have a mother and their child here. I think it would be a really good bonding time for you and your son. I think that, and look, we have kind of a wintry scene here, which would to me represent, the holiday era in we are here in the Northern Hemisphere, right? I think there might be some advantage to spending time with your son because there's something needed there. There's some closeness that the two of you might experience that's going to be really nourishing and good. Now, the Five of Pentacles is usually a card of feeling kind of alone and kind of abandoned, which draws me into like you being a mother and like wanting to nourish and protect and nurture your relationship with your child, which I know you do. I know you care very, very deeply for that connection. So that's what it's looking like if you take the time off, slow down, get really present with your son. That's going to be the opportunity for that connection, something positive to come out of that connection. And then if you start your membership channel, it's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a lot of work. I understand like the end of a fiscal year, the timing makes total sense. Believe me, I've been thinking about that myself, right? But this 10 of wands it's a burden. It's kind of like look at how they're walking uphill. They've got it's like everything, kind of like everything would be riding on that. It might take time away from family and from some of the opportunity with family there, obviously, because you'd be a little busier at the computer or, working on fulfilling something. What you might want to try could be where you, after the holidays, like directly after, maybe do like a new year kind of thing. I've even watched somebody do this. I watched someone do this last year where they had like a 3-day webinar. It was like the 28th, 29th, and 30th of December, or, 29th, 30th, and 31st. And then they presented something then. So, I mean, you could do something like that. Or you could do a few smaller things in anticipation for leading up to that. But it looks like the full membership launch, you could do it. I mean, you could do it. You have all the tools you need. It's just a matter of the timing. And so that's what it looks like on both sides. I know you asked me an either or, but ultimately it's going to be up to you, whatever you feel more called to. And I know you have a very powerful intuition. So, okay. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining this evening. It will take me a moment. I'll have to redo the description and everything on this live. I'll have to remove the old one where I couldn't see the comments, but I'll get the replay up, and please share with other people who you think might be interested or would like to come on and ask a question. I also offer personal readings, and I got a lot more teed up and a lot more planned. I'm a busy homeschool mom, like some of you know, so I have to have the balance in my life as well. I can certainly appreciate that. You're all such beautiful souls. Thank you so much for joining. I was glad to see new people here tonight. Please stay in touch. I'll be back here in 2 weeks on Sunday at 7 Central. So I hope everybody has a lovely, let's see, we're through the Scorpio new moon. So we have a full moon coming up next. So I wish you great things, and I will see you next time.